Aloha, I'm Miley Andrus-Price and welcome to Finding God and Gourmet. Today I'm making one of my most favorite recipes. It's called Guava Delight. And if you guys don't want to make this and you're local, you live here, then go down to Kaya store in Punalu'u. They sell it there. In fact, I got this recipe from Mari Kaya, so thank you, Mari. We're going to start off with making the crust. And this is a really good crust. I've had guava cheesecake before. In fact, my mom used to make a really good one, and she had graham cracker crust, which was good, but it was kind of hard. And this crust is light and kind of crispy at the same time. So you want to set your oven to 350 degrees, and you have 2.5 cups of flour, and you mix the dry ingredients. You have a teaspoon of salt. Mix that together. And you have 4 tablespoons of sugar. Make sure that's all nice and mixed. I'm of an old school. I like to use either this or a handheld blender. I have one of those fancy ones, but I like to do it this way better. So this is nice and mixed. Then we're going to add, this is a cup of oil and 4 tablespoons of milk. We're going to add that together. Mix that together. And you're going to mix all of this together. Then you're going to press it in this pan. It's a 9 by 13 pan. I'm so happy I found a clear one because I want you to see what it looks like all the way through, all the different layers. Okay, that looks nice and mixed. And I want to get as much of that liquid out as I can. So I need to share with you, I'm already preparing myself to cool my jets on eating this, because this is one of those things that are so hard to stop once you start. It's just so good, and it just is creamy and luscious and just amazing. So I'm gonna finish mixing this up and then I'll put it in the pan. All right, I'm just gonna press this crust down. I'm going to make it nice and even. Want to make sure that I just use my hand to flatten it out. It takes a few minutes, but it's so worth it. This is the simplest crust, and yet it's just so delicious. And then you're going to bake it about 20 minutes at 350. My oven's ready. Isn't that perfect timing? For about 20 minutes until it's light to medium brown. I like mine to be kind of medium brown. Makes it a little bit more crispy. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but you do have to cover the whole bottom. I'll throw this in the oven. While I'm waiting for the crust to bake, I'm going to work on the filling. And it is 1 can. I like to use Hawaiian guava concentrate. Super important though that you need to reserve 2 tablespoons of the concentrate for the frosting. Guava is a very unique taste if you haven't had it before. It's really quite unique and very delicious. So I'm going to add the concentrate and 1/2 cup of water and 2 tablespoons of cornstarch to get it thick. And I'm just going to bring it to a boil, and I'm gonna let it cool. All right, so here is the thickened guava nectar. And it's quite hot. I'm gonna pour it in a large bowl so that it can cool a little quicker. And then I'm gonna put this bowl by the window. Yummy. Mix that around a little bit. Put that by the window. And I'm going to work on the cream cheese filling. So, like I said, I do like to use this hand whip. You know, to me it just seems easier. So you can either put these 2 blocks of cream cheese out a couple hours before you're going to do this, or you can zap it in the microwave for 30 seconds. That's what I did. So these are 2 8-ounce blocks of cream cheese, 1 cup of sugar, and I'm going to mix that together before I add in that 2 tablespoons of guava that we reserved. It's going to give it a nice light color. Wow, look at that. Yum, rich and creamy. So the sugar feels like it's nice and mixed. And I'm going to add the guava and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I'll mix that, and then lastly I'm going to just very gently mix in 2 cups or 16 ounces of heavy whipping cream. That's what makes it so delicious and decadent. And then, because I'm still going to be waiting for the crust to cool and the guava filling to cool, I'm going to put this in the refrigerator because it's going to be another maybe 30 minutes before everything's cool. So while I'm waiting, I can put this in the refrigerator. Oh my goodness, just real easy till it's all mixed in. I think this might become one of your guys' absolute favorite desserts. Let me know. It's certainly mine. I'm just gonna give it just a little bit of a twirl and call it good. So here's the crust. I ended up keeping it in the oven another 5 minutes. Every oven is different on how long it takes. Like I said, I like mine a little bit on the browner side. And so you're gonna pour this guava concentrate over it. And then once it's poured and covered, you wanna, distribute it evenly. Then guess what? It needs to be refrigerated for another 30 minutes. And then you can put on the cream cheese part. So you'll have a nice layer of colors and you'll have a nice little crunch with the crust. And you don't have to, but I like to just sprinkle a little bit of macadamia nuts on it. So I am going to put this in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. So as you can see, this is going to take some time out of your day. You might want to do it a day before if you have a big party coming on, because by the time you bake it and cool it and then add it in and then cool it and then refrigerate it, once you put the cream cheese frosting in or filling in, you're going to want to refrigerate that for at least an hour. So we're talking a good 2 or 3 hours to make this. But look at that, you can see the layer. It's gonna be so good. Ooh-hoo-hoo. So I'm going to add this evenly. And it's gonna help that I put this in the refrigerator to get it nice and solid. I would recommend that you refrigerate it for at least an hour. Oh my goodness. How luscious is that? You want to make sure it's all covering the guava part. And I'm tempted to just lick all of this topping, but I won't. I'll save it and savor it so I can savor it when it's ready. All right. We'll let it chill for about an hour. I want to get all of this lusciousness out of the bowl because, man, you don't want to waste that. There's still a good amount in here. Let's say a good tablespoon. I'll put it right on the corners to cover that. And you know, I'm gonna leave it like this, but if you wanted to, you could save even maybe another tablespoon of guava concentrate to make it like a two-tone or swirl it. Or if you wanted to, you could even swirl it at this point. But I like to see the layers like that. Look at this. I sprinkled a little bit of chopped mac nuts on it. Now I'm gonna cut it. Woo! So this isn't gonna be super firm like traditional cheesecakes. So don't be surprised about that. But it is going to be delicious. Ooh. Let me just, ooh. I'm cutting these big because, come on, I know that people are gonna want big pieces, but for me, I'm gonna cut a smaller slice because I am being mindful of what I'm eating. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So this is soft, but look how creamy it looks. Yum, and the crust is nice and firm. And now here comes the long awaited for bite. I wish I could describe to you how nice the crust is. It's a little crunchy, and then the creaminess that goes along with this cheesecake because of the whipped cream that you put in there. I'm gonna take one more bite. OMG. It's so satisfying The crust has a, I don't know, a heartiness to it, even though it's light. And then the creaminess is just makes you happy, for lack of a better word, or joyous. So I hope you try this at home. Let me know. I'm sure everyone's gonna like it whenever I serve this. Everyone always says, wow, that's really good. Never fail. So I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again soon. Take care now. Aloha.